Introduction: the power of intentional speech. In a world of constant noise and superficial digital interactions, the way a man speaks has become his most defining characteristic. Most men communicate from a place of scarcity. They speak to gain approval, to avoid conflict, or to fill uncomfortable silences. However, a high-value man, guided by Stoic principles, understands that his words are a reflection of his internal state. He doesn't speak to get, he speaks to be. Today, we are breaking down 6 powerful linguistic frameworks that shift the dynamic of attraction. These are not pickup lines. They are psychological triggers that signal emotional intelligence, self-respect, and a centered masculine identity. By the end of this, you will understand how to move from being an option to becoming a priority.
2.
The 6 pillars of communication.
1.
The pivot of validation. That's what I like best about you. The deep explanation. Most compliments are surface level. When you tell a woman she is beautiful, you are echoing what she hears from every stranger on social media. It has zero scarcity value. By using this phrase, you are practicing active observation. You are signaling that you have the emotional depth to look past the physical and see her character, her quirks, or her intellect. This triggers a psychological need to be truly seen. When a woman feels understood on a soul level, the connection ceases to be physical and becomes mystical. It transforms you from a spectator into a judge of character, a high-value position.
2.
The boundary of self-worth. I'm not really that easy. The deep explanation. This is the ultimate exercise in Stoic non-attachment. Many men make the mistake of being too available, believing that being nice and easygoing will win her over. In reality, humans do not value what they do not have to work for. By playfully stating you aren't easy, you are setting a boundary. You are communicating that your time, your energy, and your intimacy are gated by standards. It flips the pursuer-pursued dynamic. Suddenly, she is no longer the only prize in the room. You have established yourself as a man with a fortress of self, someone who requires effort to reach.
3.
The challenge of compatibility. I'm not sure if you're capable of handling me. The deep explanation. This phrase utilizes reverse psychology and the challenge instinct. When you question her capability, you aren't being insulting. You are being playfully arrogant. From a Stoic perspective, you are asserting that you have a complex, intense, and purposeful life. This triggers a woman's desire to prove herself. It moves the conversation away from an interview format and into a testing format. People are naturally drawn to those who challenge them to grow or adapt. By suggesting you might be too much, you become a mountain she wants to climb.
4.
The allure of mystery. I don't believe you're prepared for me yet. The deep explanation. This is rooted in the psychological concept of anticipation. We often value the idea of something more than the thing itself. By telling her she isn't ready, you create a massive curiosity gap. She begins to wonder, what is he hiding? What experiences has he had? What level of maturity does he possess? You are practicing the Stoic virtue of reserve. You aren't laying all your cards on the table. You are indicating that there are layers to your personality that are only revealed to those who have earned the right to see them. This creates a slow burn of attraction, the archetype of observation. You have a unique personality. I like that. The deep explanation. This is about pattern interruption. Most interactions follow a predictable script. When you use the word unique and follow it with a calm, steady gaze, you are breaking her habitual defense mechanisms. You are assigning her a role to live up to. This is known as the Pygmalion effect. People tend to perform up to the level of expectations placed upon them. By labeling her as unique, she will subconsciously work to maintain that uniqueness in your presence. It establishes you as a man of taste, someone who doesn't just like any woman, but a specific type of excellence. 6. The standard of excellence. I prefer women who know what they want. The deep explanation. This is the closing phrase, and it is the most powerful because it involves disqualification. A high-value man is not a beggar. He is a chooser. By stating your preference for decisiveness and clarity, you're filtering out low-effort or toxic dynamics. This signals to her that you have a mission and a vision for your life, and you don't have time for games or indecision. It forces her to self-select. She will either step up to meet your standard of a high-value woman, or she will fall away. Either way, you win because you have maintained your Stoic integrity.
3.
Conclusion: beyond the words. As we conclude, remember this. Words are the shadow, but character is the light. You can memorize these phrases, but if they aren't backed by a life of purpose, discipline, and self-respect, they will eventually ring hollow. The goal of the Stoic path is not to trick others into chasing you. It is to become a man who is so grounded in his own value that his presence naturally commands attention. When you speak, speak with intent. When you listen, listen with depth. And when you challenge, do it with a smile. Go out today, set your standards high, and remember that the most attractive thing a man can possess is a soul that cannot be bought and a mind that knows its own worth. Stay focused, stay stoic.